Hello there folks, back again for another video. In this one we're going to be looking at the newly announced updated sculpts for the Skaven and the Clanrats that are going to be making up the bulk of your army on the tabletop. We got a new trailer and everything this week for the new Skaven Clanrats, but as you can see we've got some really nice close-ups of the miniatures here, just to have a quick look at, and I think they're looking very nice. I gotta say, as I said in an earlier video this week, I didn't think necessarily that the Clanrats were that bad looking as miniatures, and it didn't really feel like to me like they definitely really needed an upgrade, I suppose. But I can see where things have changed as we look at the new ones and some of the old ones in a sort of comparison styly. So yes, this is the new look of the Clanrats. As you can see, you've got sort of like a champion there sat in the middle with a little ratty fellow on his shoulder, which is a nice little touch. Always with the little friends when it comes to the miniatures this time around for Games Workshop. You've also then got a standard bearer by the side with his ratty banner, his ratty-tatty banner, and also a musician there as well with a classic bell, which is reminiscent of regiments of old. In fact, the first ever Clanrat regiment that I ever picked up for Warhammer in anything really was that classic sort of bell-styled fellow, which is very, very nice. But yes, we've got to look at some of ththese new characters, as you can see there. Well, at least the command element of your particular regiment or your squad unit on the tabletop. And here's some of the old models. And yes, I really liked these and I thought they were very good. But something that I have realised after seeing these new miniatures is that they were very specifically designed for ranking up in the old Warhammer, the old world. Their poses are very forward facing, if you know what I mean, and they're very kind of like tightly packed together, so it looks as if they're marching forward as a swarm. And there was nothing necessarily bad about that, and I really liked the way that these models looked, and I thought they came out really, really nicely. And you know, they've served very, very well since their time as part of, I would have imagined it was Island of Blood actually back in the day. Yeah, a really nice little set of models, but clearly getting the upgrade in the facelift to sort of fit in with the slightly more dynamic feel and the skirmishy nature of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Lots more detail worked into the actual sculpts themselves, lots of additional character. I think the work on their faces is great, and I love that we've got so many different personalities represented here, like angry and grumpy, and then sort of like sneaky champion as well. I think is really cool, very, very nicely done. You've also then got a lot more of the other models in the unit, so you've got some of these fellows armed with I guess they're like spears to them potentially. Maybe that could just be their sort of like double hand weapon style thing. I imagine all of this won't necessarily matter when it comes to their units on the tabletop, as we've seen with other war scrolls and stuff so far. But a really nice little mix of different models and weapon types. You've got shields on their backs, lots of hunched looking Skaven as well, which is good. Means they're going to be very nice for sneaking around. I love that classic spear shape has remained for the Skaven, because that's something that's very indicative and iconic of them, and it's good that that's followed through. I also like a lot of the armor design is still very similar, with kind of like plate on the top followed by lots of chainmail sort of mixed in, and then obviously you've got their lovely little tails as well. Classic round shields still for the Clanrats, which is good to see. Lots of good poses too, so you've got some of them barking and yelling orders and surging forward, some of them looking a little more purposeful. One guy hunkering down behind his shield there. Another little ratty companion at the bottom of the base, which is good to see. And lots of other different fun little sculpts in there. That's a really nice one. Very, very dynamic. It makes me think that we're going to get some really nice stuff for things like Night Runners, Gutter Runners and stuff in the future as well. And also the Stormvermin. That's going to be really nice to see. Like, how have they changed up the slightly more heavily armoured versions of the Stormvermin, well, the Skaven, in the Stormvermin for the new edition of the game. But yes, a really nice little look at what's coming up for the Skaven and this new look of the Clanrats for the new edition as well. A nice little preview. A lot more shown off here than we got for the Liberators in the first time around. I think they've probably learnt from that showing off one model is probably not going to be enough when people want to see the whole regiment, as it were, on the tabletop. And there you go, a little bit more of a look at the way that they scale. So that's the older Clanrats, which now you look at them definitely were aged and needed an update. That's the new one in the center there, and then we've got a Liberator next to it as well, so you've got a good idea of scale and how that all comes together. As I say, and as I've said in the previous videos as well, lots of miniatures from the Skaven range are going to be getting an update. Lots of them going the way of the Dodo and being rehashed and retweaked or re-squeaked. See what I did there. So let's just go and have a look actually at the Skaven range and see what else is in the mix. So yes, obviously they're going the way of the Dodo. They're going to be coming back. It's good to see things like the Vermin King and stuff are all going to be sort of rocking out once again. I'd love to see a lot more of these characters still making it into the mix. Like, I love the Claw Lord. I still think he's a fantastic miniature. They are staying around for some reason. As we said last time, it's good that the Night Runners are going, obviously. Storm Fiends, still a great little set of miniatures as well for them. I think Deathmaster Snitch is a good way for you to kind of like take the way. Well, he's not actually Snitch because he's dead. But it's a good way for you to sort of like imagine where they're going to be going with Night Runners and Gutter Runners in the future. I just wanted to... Here we go. Here's the Stormvermin. So yeah, this is the old Stormvermin unit, which again, I still don't think is necessarily that bad, but obviously has been designed in an age when it was very much rank and file Warhammer the Old World style assembly. So you're looking to try and build these to kind of rank up really well, nicely on the tabletop. So they're obviously going to be getting a massive update and a change to them as we move into the new edition. Hopefully slightly more dynamic sculpts as well, which would be good to see. Lots of big cloaks and heavy armor, which is very nice indeed. So yes, obviously going to be seeing them go a different direction in the near future as well. But yeah, fun stuff coming up when it comes to the Skaven. Those new Clanrats are looking really nice. A good little sort of change of pace for them and an updated design to bring them in line with the more dynamic look and the detailed look of a lot of the models for Age of Sigmar. I will say it's going to be interesting seeing who picks the Skaven side when they swap this with their friends. The Stormcast Eternals are going to be easy to paint. Probably get them done over the course of a weekend if you really wanted to. Skaven, going to take a lot more work to get them together. You got to do all the fur detail and then all the different rags and everything like that. You could probably get away with doing some fun stuff when it comes to Grimdark. I'm sure some people will have some interesting ideas for how to paint your Skaven in the near future. But it's a little bit like with the last edition box set, really. You had the Stormcast Eternals, which would be very, very easy to paint up and quick to get to the tabletop, and then the Cruel Boys, who were going to take a little bit more effort as well. But yes, probably going to get my hands on some of these as well as part of that launch box or whatever they do for Age of Sigmar. Looks really cool. Very nice models. Might even end up with a little evil contingent of these to play with myself on the tabletop. But yes, new Skaven Clanrats coming to a tabletop near you in the very near future. A good update, a nice one to see, and hopefully we'll get some more previews of characters and stuff over the next couple of days. I might do a little bit of a roundup at the end of the week just to see where things have gone when it comes to the new edition and any additional news they have released for it. But yes, let me know what you think of the Skaven Clanrats in the comments down below. I'm really loving what they're doing with Age of Sigmar at the moment. Really interested in the whole fantasy side of things with Warhammer and where they're going with that. The old world, great, but you know, I think the Mortal Realms has some fun things in it to get excited about. I'll be back with another video very, very soon. Bye for now.